Happy Saturday, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is Miss Jaydee for a weekend episode of our daily stock market insights. Before I start, I really would like to thank everyone for those people who are monitoring the videos I make and who keep on coming back. You guys inspire me. So I just want to make sure I have something new each day, while at the same time this exercise continues to polish my technical analysis. So let's learn together and uh, let's join hands as we um, venture in the world of stock market. Now I just want to show you the comments that some of our viewers have shared here. So if this is the first time you're watching my video, feel free to hit the subscribe button and feel free to drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if I'm making sense in my videos. But definitely, I appreciate the comments you're leaving me. Cesar mentioned here, hi Miss Jaydee, can you please check or day and weekly chart? Okay, definitely. And for Donald, it's RCR. Uy, bakit ka na pala cut loss? Cut loss na ba? Cut loss ba to? But let's see. We'll check out the chart. Francis mentioned something interesting. Uptrend na si dito. Please note, March 8th, 2022. And he said, thanks, Miss Jaydee. Jenny's 12, Ali, and BDO for John. Sure, definitely we'll check that out. Paul, thank you, Paul, for subscribing. Now, if you have not subscribed yet, please feel free to hit the subscribe so you're always updated. Okay, so let's go through each one. Yesterday, I recorded this video. I already discussed the index, so I'll just go ahead and review the stocks that you guys have requested, so we can cover it right away. Now let's take a look at ore. For ore, so you have to check the weekly and the daily chart. Let's see that. Okay, so it's really interesting. You have 3 days already of bull run for this stock. I did not notice this. So let us see if we are still at a good level. So I would have to say, if you are just about to enter this stock, I'm not saying that this is already the end of the bull run, but if I am to enter here, I'm sure some of the traders will be locking in some gains come Monday. So I'm thinking I'd like to take advantage of the fluctuation here. Yeah, you have their support right there. Okay, so just in case they will lock in some profit, then at least I could be able to haggle for a few cents. Because what's interesting here is as we go higher and higher, actually from a constructed Bollinger Band, it's just starting to move up. But in terms of position trading, this already might look a little bit on the expensive side, but not too much because still we have a big potential here, from here to here as the next possible resistance areas. But of course, there are resistance levels as we move higher and higher. So one here, one at the 105, another one at the 1.25. So those are the key levels. But zooming in on the last day's candlestick, 0.90 to 0.97, just haggle for a few cents right there. Your support is at 0.90. Okay, because volume is still right there, although there's already foreign selling. So I'm thinking next step here is it will retest the 0.90. Okay, so next is checking it on the weekly chart. Okay, so on a weekly chart, we're also starting to recover. You had your resistance over here. So overall, the sentiment is still on the bullish side. Volume is starting to pick up. So that's really good. Just same perspective, just haggle for a few cents, let those profitable traders lock in their gains and allow the stock to rest for a little bit and then enter. But definitely if you're willing to wait for like weeks or months, for sure there will be a payoff. Okay, it pays to be patient. Look at this, we're still at a very cheap level for this stock. Look at that. So those are just very, it's like the depends on on the amount you're putting in, but kumbaga it's barya lang at this point. But if you're really going to hold on to it, sit on it on a longer period of time, the potential is so big. So let us say, I don't know, we just do not know how long it takes to go to the 2 peso level or 3 peso level. And that's already what 100, 200% gain. But really good catch here. Good catch. This is starting its bullish movement. So that's coming from Cesar. What about RCR? Okay, so RCR over here dropped significantly for the past 4 weeks or 5 weeks now. But on the weekly chart, I'm seeing signs of recovery. Apologies for the noise. Because your Bollinger Band is starting to form here, and your middle line is in my chart, that's an MA20, and then you had a wick here. That means there was still an attempt to pull the price even lower, but the market has decided that hey, it's already a very cheap level, so it ended the week sitting on the MA20 line. So I would have to say we are currently right at the support area. So I hope you were able to cut your loss while it was just about to drop. No? Because at this point, if you cut your loss very near this area, it is actually very near a possible area of bounce. That's what I'm thinking. But at this point, don't, let's say if you want to re-enter, or for those people who are interested in this stock, I suggest allow for that green, let's say a green engulfing candlestick comes out here. So this is your support, for instance, and then one candlestick, let's say, ending much higher than 762. So it has to be higher than 762 for us to say that that is an engulfing candlestick. And yeah, so for those people who are not familiar with REIT is it's just like you own a building with tenants in there, right? So instead of you constructing the building and getting the rent from all these tenants, so RL Commercial, so this is the company. So they have, because these are big companies, so they have multiple buildings, multiple properties, and then there are tenants in there, and they rent the property, and whatever revenue they get out of it, so the shareholders, which is in this case you, for instance, you bought some shares there, you will get a portion of the revenue. So it's like you're owning a leasing company without having to uh, involve yourself in the messy side of things, the documentation and some other stuff. Just sit back in your respective homes, and it's like you're already owning these properties. So the beauty of that is that normally they give out a regular dividend. So in this case, the last one was back in November, and then the next one is on the 28th of February. So for those people who are just probably about to enter here and would like to time the entry, for instance, and would like to get this February 28th dividend. You know this X date? X date means anyone who enters on the 15th of February and onwards will no longer get the dividend on the 28th. So if you want to avail the dividend here, you have to enter before February 15th, because X date meaning it's excluded already. So now, let's say you want to just get the dividend and would like to get out because you want to use the money and just get the dividend per se. So enter, for instance, anywhere before February 15, and then the first few minutes of February 15th, if you want to get out and exit the trade, you can still be qualified to get the dividend. Okay, so that's the point there. The very first minute of the day when the system sees that you still have the stock, then that means you are qualified. So even if for the first 30 minutes you want to exit right away, then that's still okay. That's why you normally notice sometimes when it is the X date, the price drops. In preparation for the X date, price goes up. That normally is the case. November 16. Okay, so this is a stock that is, for me, it is about to recover. You have foreign buying already happening, and you are in a weekly chart. We are sitting at a support area, possible support, right? So the next stock is ALI and BDO. Let's check out ALI. ALI on a weekly chart, giving us very bullish signs here. You have foreign buying. We're starting to trigger the upper Bollinger Band, although it's not 100%. It has not broken the resistance fully as of yet, because partially, 50% of the body is higher than that resistance level. So this point, see this is your resistance on a daily chart. I'm thinking, although the volume is already in there, just take advantage of those fluctuations. Anywhere between this level and then 38.15, that's still okay. So at this point, ideally, if you're a position trader, you'd want to get here at the very bottom, very near the oversold area. But of course, this stock is very stable. It's just that, the market sentiment is really on a decline the past few months and even years. But this stock is starting to recover, and at one point it even reached as high as 53. So I hope you are a long-term investor, because at this point, this level is really for those who are long-term in this stock, because the best position trade here is somewhere this candlestick for me is the best entry here. Okay, probably an end of day around that time. Reason why I'm saying that is, look at this. This was your resistance right there. Okay, resistance yan. Each time when the price hits that level, may rejection nangyayari. Pero on that day, it went above that. It opened above it, and then it went all the way up, and then it crossed the MA20 line. So that was your signal. At the same time, the volume starting to pick up over here. So yeah, yung best entry for me. But this one is still okay. But just know that as you move higher and higher, of course, people are starting to take profit. So just expect fluctuations right there. So 38.15 is the nearest area where it could potentially retest and create a support. The next stock is BDO. BDO is sitting at the MA20 line. Although there's a resistance over here, this is the resistance, and that's your support. So chances are we could be establishing a support right there. So if you want to get in here, get in as near as you can in this level, which is already right on the spot, diba? maybe you can try it out, enter right there, and then if you want to perform cut loss, make sure you cut your loss early. Yun yung threshold na tolerable ka. Because once you cut your loss, it's already a done deal. It's already a loss on your end. But if you're a long-term investor here, so dips like this are the things or the occurrences you look forward to because you would like to buy more. Okay, but overall, the stock is really recovering. Pero dapat you could have already started accumulating while it was moving higher and higher. Kasi syempre, medyo mataas na siya ng konti. Pero I like that there's foreign buying, so chances are, baka nga mag-recover na din fully. Okay? So 133 is the nearest support I see. Sino pa? Okay, so this double dragon here, my husband was showing me an article the other day, and I didn't read it, but he was just reading it on the side. He said that Double Dragon is planning to expand their hotels in Asia and some other countries. So my inference is that was the trigger. That was the trigger why this stock has started to increase, diba? Hindi lang yan, even Merrimart started to also recover after a very bearish, sobrang bearish months and since 2021, grabe yung drop niya. So, well, both of these stocks are in my portfolio. Interesting, diba? I've waited so long. Over here, I would have to say for Merrimart, medyo okay pa. Maaga pa. We can still add more here. But for for Double Dragon, pwede pa rin naman. Pero I'm thinking medyo steep kasi very dramatic increase in the price. So baka mag-slow down a little bit. And then you have your resistance very nearby, which is 1060. So that's my take. Baka lang mag-slow down a bit. Kita mo? While we were pushing it even higher, let's observe how the RSI behaves when we reach this 1060 area. Because as early as now, we're very near that. And look, your RSI is declining. Your volume is also declining. That means people feel that the stock is starting to become expensive. So most likely, if we have reached this level around the 1060, the stock might rest again. So that's something we need to anticipate for. But if you're really willing to wait, there's a big potential here. So this one, fluctuations here, yes, it will happen, but it's a very, short-lived na mga decline because volume is really starting to pick up. I'm on a weekly chart, by the way, so at this level, volume is starting to pick up. So my take here is take advantage of those fluctuations, okay? And I'm seeing that could happen anytime soon. So kung hindi ka nakahabol ng mga time na mga sa 8 peso level siya, baka mabigyan tayo ng chance to add more. Okay, so those are the recommendations. So yes, in the short term, we're near a resistance, so we'd like to take advantage of those dips. But in the long term, very cheap stock. And given that they're thinking of expanding, ayun, project outside the Philippines. Ayan na, you just read this. That's the article. And they also did buyback. The other day I was posting a comment because someone asked about share buyback. So just for your information, when a company starts to buy their shares, that means they know that the level the price is at that time is already a very cheap level. So that means they know that it's already cheap. They know what they can do in the future, the projects they have. Kaya itong mga projects na yan, yung mga good news, normally lumalabas yan sa super bottom na. oversold area. Kasi trigger na yan na magre-recover sila. So, yung timing niya, mag-buyback muna siya. Pag buy niya, sigurado na siyang nakapasok na siya. So, ilalabas niya ngayon ng news. Edi akyat agad. Diba? Very wise. So, yun lang ang take ko dyan. And it's just me, guys. I'm nobody. I just observe and read the news, but I'm not a financial advisor. I just have noticed it. Even in crypto, no? I'm also in AXIE Infinity. So after the price reached, SLP reached around 50 cents, and it's super sad. Now all of a sudden they give out those updates. Adi, umaakit agad yung price. So the same thing here. So I'm just trying to understand the behaviors, and eventually, through the years of being in the market, we know we will eventually discover these things and come to a conclusion. But in the meantime, I hope I did not bore you. I am so excited for these stocks to recover. Not just these stocks, but all the stocks that you guys are holding. I hope they recover soon. Let me know if you want me to review that. And but for those stocks that I have reviewed, guys, we might have a little difference in how we look at things, okay? Because my perspective is more of a mid to long term. I do intraday trades, but I cannot commit to that because I have a full-time job. So whenever I show interest in a stock, I really want it to be the super bottom. Sometimes the downside there is there's really no guarantee for the stock to bounce right away. Sometimes it could stay in an oversold level for an extended period of time. So yun lang ang downside yan. But that's something I am continuously studying because I want to enter at the bottom without having to wait that long. Yun ang gusto kong mangyari. But normally nakakatch ko lalo na sa SLP. I was able to buy, just to know, so you know what I'm talking about. So kita mo to. Went all the way because I'm also playing. So ang tagal from July, pa-decline lang siya na pa-decline, umabot pa siya dito. This is around 50 cents eh. And it's starting to recover. So I was able to catch I bought several entries here. I had several entries here. And nagano na siya. That's 200%. And right now it is dropping, so I'm thinking of entering again. So ang ganda kita mo, ang ganda ng level niya right now. Super cheap level if you're an investor. But I know some of you also know the potential side income of AXIE here. So ang nangyari dito is yung mga scholars nawalan na rin ng gana because syempre who would play and then you get what? You'd get a few pesos tapos binawasan pa nila yung reward mechanism nito. No more rewards in the adventure. Wala na rin daily quest reward. So you're down by 75 SLP every single day. So kaya siya bumababa. But for investors, because there are a lot of good stuff that are about to come in this game, for investors, this is really a very attractive level. Kita mo, while it was dropping, yung drop niya, the volume is still very small. That means people are holding on to their positions right now. So you see this, it went up, volume is increasing. When it went down, the volume of the decline is just very minimal. Because we personally am waiting for that update because there are a lot of enhancements that they're going to introduce in the game. So I was able to cover a little bit about SLP. Let me know if you want to know more about AXIE Infinity, or if you would like me to monitor the tokens of AXIE Infinity as well. I can create a separate video for that. Because I personally am engaged in this. Kita nyo to? I am staking. So apart from me gaining from the game, naglalagay din ako ng pera to stake AXS, and I put funds in the liquidity kasi yeah, put funds in there so that pag may nag-exchange ng mga tokens, it's a decentralized exchange. So people put the funds, they put the liquidity in there, and then we gain from the fees. Tapos, I also farm. So yung liquidity na yun, eligible ka to farm RON token, which is another token of Axie Infinity. Very, very interesting way of earning passive income. So, ang ganda. So, I think yun lang. I've rambled a little bit tonight, but I really am enjoying this journey. A lot of opportunities happening in the virtual space, no? But yeah, let's just drop a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. But we can probably see if we can include that in the videos that I do. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and bye bye for now.